Hi, Kyle and Alaskan journalists. I'm Libby Casey. I used to be a reporter at KUAC in Fairbanks, and I was the DC correspondent for APRN. I'm now at the Washington Post, and since October, I've been part of their Facebook Live team, hosting Facebook Lives, and I just took a new job at the Post, hosting their videos for politics and accountability. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Since I've been playing in this world of Facebook Live, I wanted to share some tips that we've learned. And for starters, I'm holding the phone this way. So obviously I've got it turned towards me as a selfie shot, but you can flip the phone as well. You know, you've got that setting on your phone where you can flip the screen, and so I might start off a Facebook Live with myself in the frame, and then I might flip it around to show the scene I'm at. Let's say I'm at a protest march. I'm much less interesting than the scene around me, so I'd flip the phone just on that setting so you can see the experience. I try to avoid what I call the Blair Witch Project effect, which is the really close up in your face shot. It's really a turnoff as you're scrolling through your Facebook feed. If you see that pop up, you're like, I don't want to click on that and watch any more of it. If you don't remember what the Blair Witch Project is, because apparently it's a dated reference, just go ahead and Google it. Audio is still important, even though this is just a Facebook Live, and you can get external mics that will plug into the mini jack of your headphone jack where you put in your earbuds, but I also sometimes just use these if I'm out on the scene. I use my earbud, and I might keep it in my ear, or I might just flip it around and use it as a mic like this. And I even interview people this way. So I've actually got a colleague here. Hey, Priya.
Hi, how are you?
This is my friend and colleague at the Washington Post.
Hi
so
there.
I can actually just talk to you this way.
Hey, Libby.
How are you doing today?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for talking to the Alaskans. So you can use this as a tool. And sure, it looks a little raw and authentic, but this is a phone video, and so people expect that. One thing I do want to say about this whole experience, hold on one moment. See, that's the shot you want to avoid. This whole experience of doing videos on phone and sort of quick reaction is there is an element of realness to it. You got to throw perfection out the window because either it's live streaming or you're trying to create a video that's perhaps capturing breaking news. You know, one tip about using the phone in this horizontal way, that's what TV stations usually want to air. Kyle, keep me honest about this, but if you got some breaking news and maybe KTUU wanted to air it, they'd probably want it in this horizontal format anyway. But back to the authenticity thing, people expect this to be a little bit raw, and people are consuming these things on their phones now or their tablets, less and less on a computer, less and less on a TV, obviously, and it's an intimate space to watch something on your phone, so it's okay, and it's actually good to be a bit intimate and personal in the delivery. I often think when I'm doing a video on my phone, or even if I'm doing a TV appearance, instead of seeing that camera as like this black hole with like hundreds of people on the other end, oh my God, maybe even thousands, I instead try to picture one person. And it's a very simple technique, but it can really work because we all know those people who bring out the witty side in us, the interesting creative side in us, the intellectual side in us. I try to picture that special person and channel them. So maybe it's my good friend Teresa Bacher, who used to work at KUAC in Fairbanks. Sometimes I actually picture her on the other end of that camera as I'm telling a story. Or I'll think of my aunt who's really funny and warm because I want it to come across like I'm talking to one person. It's an audience of one, even though it's an audience potentially of thousands or tens of thousands even, if your video happens to go viral. If you're doing something for TV, and I've made that transition because I was in radio, then got into television, don't really know how that happened entirely sometimes. You know, you do think about clothing and makeup and jewelry, but I mostly think about it in terms of not distracting from my message. So I'm wearing today this like sort of crazy chainmail necklace. I probably wouldn't wear this on TV because that might end up being the focus of attention rather than what I'm saying. I also try to bring my best self and be conscious of how I talk. So if you're someone who does a lot of ums and ahs or I try to bring consciousness to that, so I cut that out to some degree. At the same time, try not to be self-conscious because what's going to really come across and be powerful is you being you. So don't try to channel your inner anchorman. That's just going to seem inauthentic and awkward. And I think that what translates a lot better is for you to just be yourself, just maybe a little more of a polished version of yourself. Have a great time at Press Club. I wish I could be there, and enjoy Alaska. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Kyle. Bye.